The effects of hate on your health and wellness can be overwhelming. My name is Amy Gill. I am your pharmacist that cares. There is so much hate in the world, and it is just getting worse. And it truly affects your health and wellness. It affects your lifespan. We all need to take a step back and realize what we are doing, what we are saying, and how it affects others and ourselves. Hate really puts your body in that survival mode. When you are angry, it's almost a fight or flight. You are just, your body, everything is working overtime. You are getting so upset. Your body goes into those responses of the cortisol, the adrenaline, the stress level. Everything is going to increase at such a rapid level. And it's going to put your body in this state that it can be hard to get out of. And it can be detrimental. So what does this actually do? What does this hate do? It even causes an inflammatory response in your body. And we've talked about inflammation before with your health and wellness and how this can be so bad long term if this is a state that you are going to be constantly in. So when you have these thoughts and these thoughts keep going, they're actually going to even affect the way you think. Everything's going to have a negative spin on it. You're going to start losing focus. You're going to start having those almost like a brain fog that you're going to start dealing with because you're just not focusing properly. You're going to be in more of a reactive state. Anytime anyone says anything, even if it shouldn't be misinterpreted as a bad statement, people are going to find that negative spin. It is unbelievable how you can say something and talk about love, and people will yet find a way to put a hateful comment out there for absolutely no reason. So when it comes to this inflammatory response that your body's going to be in when you're in this constant state of anger and this constant state of hate, what is that going to do? Well, chronic anger is going to be chronic inflammation. We've talked about inflammation before and what this does long-term. Heart disease, high blood pressure, even insulin resistance, autoimmune flares, chronic pain, migraines, and even IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. These things are not diseases that you want to have. So why are we doing this? Why are we doing this to ourselves that we're putting this? These are things that are controllable. We talked about that space between your ears, right? The mindset. So what are you going to choose? Are you going to choose love or are you going to choose this constant state of hate? I talked about it affecting your focus and your memory. It affects your decision making when you do things. People are so quick on the trigger to just say something nasty and just stop for a second and think what's coming out of your mouth. And of course, it affects your emotional regulation. With all these things come problems and disruptions in your sleep. We talk about sleep and how important that is for your health and wellness. When you're in this constant state of hate, you have a higher nightmare cortisol. So you're not going to sleep better. You're going to be lighter sleeping and you're going to have less REM sleep. So problems in sleeping, what does that do? Well, that's going to cause fatigue. What does that do? That's going to cause weight gain as well, right? Because all these bad decisions you're making and just all these poor things that are going on. Hormone imbalance and low motivation. So are you think you're going to be working out if all these things are constantly going? No. Do you think you're going to be eating properly if all this is going on? No. So really, you are only hurting yourself when you keep this constant state of hate. And it does shorten your lifespan. It can increase the cardiac mortality, higher stroke risk. I talked about higher blood pressure and heart disease. And it's going to be a worse immune response. So you truly have a choice when it comes to this. Do you want to choose the high road, choose love? Or do you want to choose hate? And unfortunately, that is so much of what is going on. And I have heard so many things since the weekend. And I'm going to tell you a little story. And I hope you listen to this because I think so many people just are so quick on that trigger to put a bad comment out there on Facebook or any other social media, and they don't think who it is hurting. Whether you like the halftime show or not, there are things that should not be said because you are hurting friends of mine and you are hurting friends of yours and you don't even realize it. And they're like, oh no, I didn't mean you, I just meant him. Well, you know what? You can't single that out, and you have hurt a lot of people by those terrible comments. Puerto Rico, those are American citizens. And to say that was not an American halftime show, you are hurting friends of mine and friends of yours. Again, please, before you say something, before you post something, realize what you're doing. Realize who you are hurting. I've seen this now for decades with my husband. Being Indian, my children, they are not Caucasian. And I truly took all these things personally as well. And I knew days ago, this was going to be the topic I had to talk about today. And I always tell you, I talk about what's on my heart and what's on my mind. And we really need to choose love, because the only thing more powerful than hate is love. So I really ask you to think before you speak, think before you type something. Those things on social media don't go away. You might delete them, but they're still out there. People know them. People have screenshot them. They're out there. People know exactly. This is ruining relationships, long-time friendships. It's breaking families apart. So please stop and think exactly what your actions, how they affect others, and like I said, how they affect you. If you want to be selfish about it, great. Think about yourself and think about your health and wellness. That's a good enough reason right there to stop the hate. So please choose your words wisely, choose your post wisely, and choose love over hate every time. My name is Amy Gill. I am your pharmacist that cares.